Hi, this is Kerry Artag with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to just start with this one in terms of the big picture. And that was just kind of backtracking a little bit. We had the 6-month channel top closed above, below. Once we closed back below it, it roughly held. We never really closed back above it, 133.75. And following that, we've been skewing toward the short side as we continued, into later July. That became affirmed. And I'm going to jump to, I guess, this chart here with the settlement a little over a week ago below this rising 3-week channel bottom at 131.68. That set up 111.13 to 115.30 as a 1 to 2 week target. And just a few days later, we put out the move low. We've yet to test what I'm just going to call the low to mid 110s. And in fact, I'm going to backtrack a little bit more. Just a couple of days ago, we closed above this descending 1/3 speed line. Today is at 121.22. So holding above 121.22 actually maintains a short-term buy signal. Not anticipating, at least over the next 3 to 5 days, 111.13 to 115.30, but rather 131.68 remains a 3 to 5 day target. Now, as it turns out, 131.68 is converging right now with a descending 2/3 speed line at 130.98. So timing is everything with technical analysis and where speed lines and channels and so forth and so on converge over time. At this point in time, if we get a 2 to 3 to 5 day blast into the low 130s, this convergent area is your point to sell. If that means you've been long for the last couple of days above 121.22, this is your sell zone. It could also mean where you go short in anticipation of bearish rotation through the following week. But 121.20, a pivot point we closed above on Monday, held on Tuesday, and as long as we open above it on Wednesday, it is your bottom picking level for the day, above which 125.80 is in reach today. That is nothing more than a 3/8 upside Fibonacci over the last month or so of activity following that move high against the move low that was just put out 3 or 4 days ago. 125.80 can give the market trouble today. We might even top out there for the day itself. If we do close above 125.80, this low 130s then likely tomorrow with that kind of volatility, 130.98 to 131.68, able to contain buying for the week itself, possibly through next week as we could then fall away again. How far south can we fall away from there? Well, I'll take you back, to this image here, which is the original idea following the settlement below 131.68 over a week ago. So we could fall off from here back into the 110s within a week or two of doing so. This rising channel bottom, about 4 or 5 months in the making at 115.30, in combination with the descending channel bottom, this is an area that's increasingly inconvenient, obviously, because it's opening up, but it is a range of support that can be bought not only on a weekly basis, but even on a monthly basis. We could rotate up from here within several weeks, test channel resistance, and then some as we move through time. So let's talk about the downside a little bit, and I'll flesh out more of the upside. If we happen to break or open today below 121.22, 117.93 and reach, that is the low settlement price that was put out several days ago. That may be it for the day, but if we close back below 121.22, then yes, within the week, within a few days, I would expect this 115.30 rising channel bottom in combination with 111.13 does represent a buy opportunity. So closing today below 121.22 will place the 111.13 to 115.30 region in reach within the week, I think, where we could bottom out possibly through August trade. Now, if we were to close below 111.13, does not look all that pretty for the following several weeks. 111.89 is the same formation on the weekly chart. We would expect what is presently 89.99 to 97.40 converges entirely in the month of August in the upper 90s. That would be the target, and that'll be a tough spot for this market to take out, I think, to the downside. But we're not going to go that far into the future. Let's talk the upside here. Once again, 3 to 5 day target remains in effect above 121.22, expecting 130.98 to 131.68. But over the next, week or so, I just want you to know this rising channel bottom at 130.138 converges with this band of channel resistance at 135.37 to 138.76. And this is where, once again, timing comes into play. And I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on this, but, if the market takes its time reaching this low 130s, tops out at 125.80 today, falls away for a day or two, then resumes it. Now, anything can happen, of course, but over time, these two line studies will diverge. 130.98 will continue dropping, 131.68 will continue climbing, and as 131.68 climbs into the mid to upper 130s, it joins this significant channel resistance, which I think is our upward pivot point as we move through August and into September. So this area, you could also make the point here that over the next week of trade, as 131.68 converges with 135.37, this will be a very significant zone of resistance that number one, I could bump this up to a 4-star resistance because it just might contain buying well into August trade, and we can fall away from here. And I'll be mentioning that if we approach this zone. And then of greater importance, I think, would be the settlement if it were to occur above this 135.37 to 138.76 region. That would then signal this could be a 2 to 3 week move presently, 156.23. But as we move into early August, which is the likelier timing of this 135.38.76 region, if we were to close above it then, now we're looking really for this channel top is rising through time, and it could spell like the 170s within 3 to 5 weeks of closing above this channel structure. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up of what we're thinking in terms of bullish continuation into later August, into September trade. That comes with a settlement above 138.76. Until then, I see this as kind of one grand two-sided framework right now. We're grabbing these 3 to 5 day buy signals, but as we push into the mid 130s over the next week or two, it presents a sell opportunity as we move into later August trade. And inversely, if we were to close above the mid to upper 130s, dropping gradually, it represents a buy signal, a buy opportunity as we move through August trade and into September. What is now 156.23 will be in the low 170s as we move into later August. Once again, breaking or opening today below 121.20, 117.93 is likely, and if we close today below 121.20, I would anticipate this, what we've been awaiting as an objective anyway for the last week or two, in the 111.13 to 115.30 area. If you are short the market presently, this is a zone to take profits, reverse, and go long. And of course, if we were to close below 111.13, that's another story altogether. Is there anything else for me to say? I appreciate you sticking with me on this because I know I throw a lot at you, especially when we get into these sort of sticky situations where we've got short-term buy signal, mid-term neutrality really below 138.76. Then we resume longer-term bullishness above 138.76, so forth and so on. I know I throw a lot at you. I hope you can make use of this information. And I know some of you are day traders. Some of you are more like in the 1 to 2 week swing trade. Some of you are kind of in the near-term investment crowd. And I try to accommodate all of you because it's realistic that you can, with technical analysis, you can grab, the 3 to 5 day swing trade, the bull move that's expected above 121.20. You can also anticipate kind of the near-term investment if you're willing to bottom pick this meaningful zone of support between 111.13 and 115.30. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Please click like. Please click share and subscribe. Please refer the series to your friends. Please check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.